what was the general consensus of this album? Like, what was the reception? Like, if you
Oh,
clicked
not great.
on,
Oh, you
yeah,
have to see this. You have
well,
Even
got to
even
see
considering
this.
critic, even critic.
considering the
Was like,
comments were turned off, that was a
yeah,
pretty good example.
yeah.
C-
I
Can
mean,
I
it
can I
really
read some of
covers.
this? Is that okay? Can
Oh
I
yeah,
read some
for
of this?
sure.
Please,
All right.
by all
So
means.
I'll read it from the top. We're on the Wikipedia page for those who are listening to us. Jordi received mixed reviews from critics. No shit. At Metacritic, which assigns a normalized rating out of 100 reviews from mainstream critics, the album has an average 48 out of 100, which indicates
Oof.
mixed or average reviews based on 9 reviews. Writing for New Music, I forget the name, MEMNE, L. Hunt reported, with Jordi, Maroon 5 were more visible and more times vulnerable, describing the two versions of Memories as sharp pop songs with both substance and heart. Talking about the collaborations, Hunt detailed Stevie Nicks' contribution to Remedy that sounded like a corrupt Siri singing a country western, and described Jason Derulo's collaboration with Levine Lifestyle as silly and slightly overdone. She remarked that the addition of Juice WRLD on Can't Leave You Alone serves little purpose, and that his verse is wedged in the middle of an unwise, unremarkable breakup song. And now we get to the negative reviews.
Facts, as the kids say, facts, man, facts.
Yes,
That
facts,
wasn't the
Mike.
negative reviews.
That was the mixed review. Here's the negative reviews. In a negative review, Kate Solomon of I described the songs as generic but hypnotic melodies over generic but danceable beats, going on to say that the songs were banal. I think I say it.
Now,
Yeah, banal.
but now,
At advertisement friendly. While Solomon highlighted the inclusion of her and Megan Thee Stallion, she described the
posthumous,
posthumous
posthumous,
appearances.
yeah.
Thank you. But posthumous appearances by I can't pronounce anything for my life, by Nipsey Hussle and Juice WRLD as unmemorable. Solomon went on to remark that the album is perfectly crafted to please crowds, to slip into your consciousness without you realizing. Oh my God. In a similar review, the Guardian's Alexis P. I'm not going to pronounce that.
Yeah, I ain't helping you on that one.
Sorry, dude. Describe the album as a plethora of well-worn 21st century pop tropes, tropical house sounds, post-Tame Impala floaty synths, but nothing you would describe as a novel of the
I'm
music.
getting excited over here. I need to hold on.
It's almost
man.
done. It's almost
I
done.
am on fire right now.
He likened Maroon 5 to blank the canvas and saying that the band was, quote, reliant on guest artists to inject their personality and songwriters and producers to come up with the goods. He highlighted Bantu and these Stallions' contributions, describing them as fiery and a surprise, respectively, but went on to describe the rest of the album as a mixed bag and remarked that the albums felt too calculated for their own good. Good God.
Dude, that's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
Tropical house sounds, these beats, like it sounds like someone went, can I have every single kind of like little sample from like previous radio pop music, and can I use them in my songs? Like, yeah, sure, like here you go. And he just like sampled all of those to make this album. That's exactly how I was like feeling on the like every track felt,
Oh my! Can we talk
Sounds
about the
like
runtime of each song?
They're pretty stereotypical for pop songs, hovering about 3 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Those reviews, some of them were a little more positive than I anticipated.
Me too.
I don't know,
I like
especially with some of the features being highlighted. I thought the features were, for the most part, the worst parts of this album. I
That's
really didn't
funny.
like.
Exactly what you said, Kyle. The mixed reviews were like like this sucks, and the suck reviews are like this is like horrid. So that's how bad when your mixed reviews are like literally
Maybe
not
it's a
mixed. They're just
super suck.
yeah, they're just like this is not a true like.
And Mike, I have some bad news for you. If
Oh
you hadn't listened to
no,
any newer Maroon 5, the album before this, not much better. It's about
No,
what?
no, no, no,
pretty
no.
much more of the same thing.
Mm,
Oh no.
Yep.
yeah. Yeah.
So they've been on a,
Red Pill Blues.
they've been
Yeah.
on a downward spiral for almost the better part of no, not almost a decade. Probably since like 2015.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
I'm gonna
Even
quote.
that album had
I'm
like
gonna quote you, Kyle. I'm gonna quote Kyle and say, I had this conversation with Kyle at one point about Maroon 5 in general, and he said, "I've never." I'm quoting you, or stop me when you remember this. I have never seen a band dip so fast in quality so quickly. It's so true.
yeah. Yeah, 'cause I mean they didn't have like a gradual here's our this is our change of sound. They had we write fun pop music. Like early 2000s was like, oh, we write like soft pop rock. It's like, okay, cool. Now it's like, all right, we write fun radio pop. It's whatever. And then all of a sudden it was you had the album V, which is like half really good. Like you had like Sugar, Maps, Animals, like huge hits. That's pretty much where that album stopped. Every other song on that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, but it was still, decent. When almost half an album is good, I'll give it a pass. But then all of a sudden they just were like, we're not doing fun songs anymore. We're doing minimalistic pop music that's written by like 20 different people. And boy, did it just the only other band I think went downhill as fast, but not quite as fast, 5 Seconds of Summer. They went from playing pop punk to just similar music to this, just boring, uninspired pop. But I'm not gonna lie, I respect Maroon 5 as musicians. Not so much Adam Levine as of late. I feel like he's just taken it upon himself to do everything. And I could be wrong. I'd actually love to be wrong. Because if they're all on the same page, I can respect that you try something if it's actually what we want to put out. But I respect the guys. They hang out, they do the live shows, and good for them.
What I just
Profit off of this.
and is the times when Adam Levine's voice goes so high and he's like it sounds like he's morphing into a mouse at times.
Yes.
Like it's just like he's just like doing these high pitched like it's just like it feels like a guy trying to like prove that he's not like an old dude. Like he can do these kind of like the stuff they used to do in like 2010 with like the girl in the back.
I think he does it on. I have a feeling he does it on purpose now, just as like because he never used to do that back in the day. Like, yeah, he always had like a higher voice, but I feel like it wasn't until like the mid 2010s where he got the reputation as, oh yeah, that guy with the really high voice. And ever since then, he's just been like, I have to do this in every song. Every song needs me like trying to go falsetto and doing all this like high notes and stuff, and it doesn't work for him. I don't know. I don't care for it.
We're all in agreement now. This is just a disaster.
And the manager's family's now suing to have his name removed. I'm just kidding, folks. Don't look that up. Exactly. That's fake news. But yeah.
Oh my god! I just want to. I don't know if I shared my thoughts or not already, but on the track listing, but like, Beautiful Mistakes is like, to me personally, like outside of Megan, the radio edit, I should say. The radio edit, they don't play Megan Thee Stallion because corporate radio don't want to play her. But like, of course. But I will say that it's funny. That song starts off like I really like it. But when it first came out, I was like, I'll never forget this. I was driving down. I was listening to the single again. I was like, all right, let me try this new Maroon 5 single, Beautiful Mistakes, whatever. Right. I listened to it and I was driving, and I was driving down to my grandparents' house, and I got to tell you the story. I was driving down to my grandparents' house. They live like 25, 30 minutes away. And I'm listening to Maroon 5 greatest hits, whatever, right? And right before I get to the house, the song comes on, Beautiful Mistakes, as the single before the album came out. And I'm like, and I remember being like, jaw dropped at the floor again. And after I listened to the song, I was like, I walked into the house and I said, guys, I think hey, how you doing? Said, oh, it's so good to see you. I think I just heard the worst song of the year right now. And they were like, what? What do you mean? Because they know I'm like a big music guy, whatever. And they're like, and then who sung it? And I said, Maroon 5. They're like, really?
Like,
it was just, like Moron 5? What's going on? But the song has come to grow. Like the song has grown on me a lot, actually. Like and if you take Megan Thee Stallion out, I wish they would release a cut with that. But that's because I like the groove on it, whatever. But outside of that and Memories, just like I listened to it again the other day before we did our stream today, and I was like, "What?" Like I almost puked. I kid you not, I almost puked. I was that like in shock. I maybe because it's not bad, but maybe because the album just sucks. I don't know. Like I was in so much denial. Like this cannot be true. This cannot be the same artist at this point that I thought they were. It was just like, oh my god.
And the Beautiful Mistake song, and that's the problem with that. The mistake is that it has a nice like catchy quality to it, a good chorus to it, but it just doesn't do anything after that. It kind of just, okay, I'm going to take that and I'm going to have a little part in between, but then I'm going to do that again. And then I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do that again. And that's the problem with that song. It like had so much, it had so much promise, but outside of that, it kind of runs out of ideas fast. It's kind of like, here's what I brought, and I really don't have any other things to add to it, but I'm going to continue to play it over and over and over and over again, and you're just going to like accept that because it's like, that's the catchiness of it, and it could have been better if it had more to it, like it did some other stuff in it alongside of that, so and that's
for anyone that's not watching this, they're not going to see the Wikipedia page here. But I need to highlight something. We're on the Beautiful Mistake single page. Yeah. I know it's Wikipedia and anyone can edit what they want here. But I need to point out that someone described this song as a guitar-driven pop rock song with heavy drums and atmospheric synths and a tranquil beat. First of all, how do you have a song with heavy drums and a tranquil beat? Unless you're like a prog rock song with multiple parts, those two things generally don't go together.
Can we see who the what do you call it, the note or like the person they were referencing or who wrote that?
That I think I really want to edited the page.
No,
that was
who said that? Adam Levine. Yeah. It all comes back to him.
Oh my
it just so happens he owns a magazine who reviews his own music and he puts out his own reviews.
Oh my god.
That just shocked me, seeing that anyone could even attempt to describe the song that way. Because I enjoy the song, but there's nothing guitar driven or heavy drums about this.
Yeah, sounds like they were smoking crack. Like, if I just gotta put it out there, like,
whoever wrote that on the internet, we're calling you out.
Yes, yeah, you can add us at that. So sure.
You can tweet us at Super Review Show.
Yeah,
straight up, and it was a huge hit too. Like, oh my god, it's just on the Hot 100. It was number 13. Beautiful Mistakes.
Yeah, but they're a band that they could release Adam Levine farting into a microphone. It'll still be
That's very true. That's very true. I'll give you that.
The Czech Republic release was that they preferred that. Release it.